Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Roxanne, and this is Daily Rambles. Today we're doing season 2, episode 22 of Sword Art Online, Alicization, called Alice. So we start off with it's August 1st, 2026, and you have the announcement of Alice, and she enters, and so she's also dressed in the special school that the Sword Art Online students go to. She's dressed in their uniform and gets a press conference, which was super cool. And so they start with a Q&A, and a guy asks, like, can we see your brain? Since, like, she's supposed to be, like, a real person or whatever. And she's like, of course, but can we see your brain? Because how we know that you're not a robot? So she's very good at press conferences, actually, but she was actually kind of pissed off a little bit. You can just tell, like, a little bit, but she handled it very well. And then we cut to a bunch of the high end people want to use these people as industrial workers, and Rinka is like, no, that's not happening. From this is from like another person's question, and she's like, these people have human rights and they want to do what they want to do as far as work, and it's not necessarily going to put on like it's not going to put people out of work. So anyway, then we cut to where the reporter gets really upset, so starts talking about like a bunch of random stuff, and Alice turns it into her favor. It's just like, yes, I understand I was created, and yes, I understand that, and I'm very grateful to be here. But how would you like if your creator came down and told you to do something that you didn't want to do? You wouldn't like that, correct? And so she turned it in her favor pretty well. Then we cut to where she says she's in love with one of the Railroaders, which I guess is Karita. I don't know who else it would be, to be honest with you. Then we cut to where the press conference. The press conference ended because Al says, I gotta go. Anyway, then we found out that Cuckoo is gone, but he actually faked that. He's actually very much still alive. Then we found out the Vice Minister of Defense was behind everything, and that started this whole crap show. Then we cut to where Krito is, let's see here. Then Asuna and Krito are still in full dive, but I don't know what in the world I even wrote there. Anyway, uh, back to the press conference. Someone asked like a weird question about being used for military stuff, and Alice left. That's what I meant to say earlier. So backtrack it. She left that time after that weird question because she knew Krito was awake and greets him. And then we cut to where he said that Selka went to a deep freeze to wait for Alice. And then he said wants Higa to delete the 200-year memories. That's a lot of memories. Then we cut to where I guess they do, and then we find out that Suna's okay as well because she showed up at the hospital while because Krito was technically in that chamber for like a month. So she brought him flowers, and he can be discharged in 3 days. And then Kiku shows up, and they said his full name, but I'm not good at names at all. Then we cut to where, but he still has some memories that still flood him a little bit. So like when they were hugging, he got like a memory spike of something that happened in the underworld, and then he starts to cry, and then let's see, then you can hear him say like stay cool, and so he pulls it together. Then like I said, Cuckoo checks in on him. Then we find out that Renko is the head of Wraithen now, and but the underworld is still in trouble because you can't get in there with the satellite anymore. You need to hide with broadband in order to get to it, and it's still isolated by the defense, so they can't really get to it really. And he said that Wraith could be dismantled anytime now. It depends on what the government wants to do, and all this other stuff that was happening, and so yeah, it's kind of crazy. Then let's see here. Then Krita asked him to protect it, and he said he will. Then we cut to where Higa actually copied Krita's spotlight. then basically the underworld is still very unstable according to that copy of Krito, and basically um, he convinced his feelings about what happened and what can happen from the government. And he said, and so Krito asked, like, how long would the reactor last? And he said 4 to 5 years. And he said, well, okay, well, if we can isolate it and be, I guess, on, I don't know. And we could keep it protected, and there's gonna be another way to get in because Kaiba is still around somewhere. So he goes going to put out his like an encrypted email trying to get information, and then they were talking about like Kratos said he will fight, and it's weird because that's the only one that wants to fight, I guess. And I don't know, it's just a very weird moment, and I feel like I missed something, but I saw last week's episode. But anyway, I'll get that into it towards the end of the video. Anyway, then we cut to Kratos is actually home, and then we cut to where he sleeps and has those memories of the 2.5 years he was with Yu-Gi-Oh! And starts to cry. Then Sugo talks to him and tries to comfort him. Then we cut to a gala where Alice is there and she thinks that she's withering away. And that was the end of the episode. It was a weird episode. I still gave it like a strong A plus, but I feel like I'm missing a bunch of information or something. Cause I'm like, okay, first he got double crossed everyone and copied Kratos' spotlight, which he shouldn't have. And but he's willing to fight and to save the underworld and stuff like that, and that was pretty neat. So I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird placement episode because we don't figure out what happened to the other person that could or could not be still around. So we don't know anything about that or what happened in the years that Great Deal was in there. So I was thinking maybe we could get like a time lapse type thing, like every 10 years, just kind of pop in, have a scene, another 10 years, 20 years, pop in, see what happens, have like an episode like that, and because we don't know what happened. And he also wrote some, made him, he said that he was king and Asuna was queen. So what happened there and all that stuff. So I think it's going to be very interesting. Anyway, other than that, it was a really good episode, and that's going to do it for this video. So if you like this video, please give it a like, comment down below, tell me what you think. Do you agree, disagree, tell me down there. And don't forget to subscribe because it does help out the channel a lot. And also, I'm doing Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know if people are interested in that watch this. But anyway, I am covering that as well. So I hope y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, everybody.